shape of my eye at first. There's a loud truck outside. I have 2 street cleaners going down my street right now. 2 of them. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we did this look using our Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals palette. And if you guys are interested in how I got this look, then please keep on watching. We're always going to be using my P. eye base because, hello, it's just the freaking best. Take it on a flat shader brush. Honestly, I feel like we should be through this point by now just because of how often I do this. And just gonna prime those eyes, girl. Just canceling out any redness, discoloration. Perfect. So now we're going to take our shade Soothe in the Tati palette. It's going to be the matte one. And I'm just like dipping in there, and then I'm just gonna go straight on and just pop on that color. I mean, seriously. Bomb. What this is going to do is we're just going to generate our basic shape that we're kind of looking for. So I'm just going to kind of go and follow the shape of my eye at first. So once we get that packed on, start blending it out to the shape you want. I'm going to kind of wing it out a little bit like this to kind of elongate my eye. So I'm just going to literally lay down the brush like flat like this, and I'm just going to kind of go in like little tiny circle motions just on the edge where the shadow stops so we can get that blend. And this is going to take some time, so just be patient and just slowly work your way. And I'm just going to go ahead and start winging it like this. Get the shape I would like. So that's kind of like what we're working with. So now we're going to take our Morphe M506 brush, smaller like this, and we're going to go in with the matte Ritual shade. It's just a rich, true rich brown. I'm dipping into that as well. Don't be shy. You can tap off the excess if you're a little bit nervous because it is a darker color. And we're basically going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to start right here in the outer portion. But when I'm laying this down, I'm going to kind of create a V shape so we can put eyeliner on and make it kind of like blend in like that. So really I'm just like pressing the shadow and the pigment on there before I do anything. And then you can start taking it up and blending it out. So kind of like the V shape I was talking about, like that. So now what we're going to do is take our first brush that we used to put on the Soothe matte color, dip into that just like the very tip of the brush, and just go right on the edge of the dark brown that we laid down and do those spinny circle motions again. But you want to be extra careful because you still want that definition, so you don't want to blend this out too far and cover up the transition color that we laid down first. And the key is just being slow and small circular motions, so we can keep that definition in our crease. And I do still want it in a wing shape, so I'm going to go on the bottom here and just kind of do the same thing, but kind of in upwards motions towards the shape of the wing. So we're going to take a Morphe M441 brush. It's a little bit fluffier than the brush that we used for our crease. So these are the 3 brushes we've used so far. So we're going to take this middle one, and I'm not going to keep anything on it. It's just discolored from the crease color. And I'm just going to get on the edge and just blend this in so it's not so sharp. And this one I'm okay if it gets pretty close to my eyebrow just because we're diffusing the Soothe color. Now the fun part is we're going to cut our crease. So we're going to take our Morphe M224 brush, which is just a flat little brush, and we're going to take a little bit of our P. base. And you're just going to start cutting the crease to however you wish you want to, like the shape. So we're going to go in. And I always like to take it a little bit of like a higher angle than my lid, just because my lids are hooded, so it lets it show up a little bit better. like that. And then when it gets to like about where there's like a third left of your eye before you cover up the whole thing, I'm going to start kind of like winging it out. Kind of get like a different diamond shape. Here come the freaking street sweepers again. So something like that, and what's nice is you can make it messy like I just did. I'm going to go back in with the Ritual shade and just kind of brush it over and get that definition back, just on the outer corner at least. And then I'm going to take the Sequin shade of Aura, which is this beautiful like peachy shade. It has a little bit of like reflex in it and it's gorgeous, so I'm just gonna go pat that right now. Excuse me, sir, gonna need you to keep it down, please. So just keep patting it on there, and this has like really pretty like pink reflex in it. And like I said, you can be messy because it's nothing like we can't fix. So that's where we're working with right now, like the gorgeous like champagne-y kind of shade. And then I am going to mix the glitter Soothe and Aura, so these two up here. I'm just going to take a little bit, I'm not going to rub them in or anything like that. And we have that on our fingers. And I'm just going to tap, oh damn, that's a lot. But these glitters are super cool. If you're going to use the glitters, I definitely recommend doing your eyes before your foundation just because it's glitter. It's going to fall. But the cool thing about these ones in the Tati palette is you don't need like a glitter glue with them or anything like that. So now for the fun part is we're going to take our ColourPop liquid liner in the shade Grande. It's just a really pretty brown color, and we are going to almost do a wing, like do the liner up to when you flick it out. So stop when you get to here and like don't flick it out. What we're going to do is actually something a little bit different. It's going to help kind of elongate the eye. So I'm going to just start right here. Now I'm going to start building up to the desired thickness that I would like. And this is what I mean when I say stop before you wing it out. And then we'll cover that up with eyeshadow later, so don't worry about it standing out. I know it's going to. So now you just kind of connect it. Just take, I don't even know what brush this is, but just take a small brush that you have, kind of like this, maybe. Like that. And pack it onto the brown, and just pack the brown shadow onto the edge of the eyeliner that we put on, and then just start following the shape that we put it on and just blending it out. Once you do that, you can go back in with your 506 brush and just keep pressing it on there, and then continuing to follow the shape that you originally made, and you can wing it out a little bit more. This is just to help blend the liner in and help elongate your eyeball. And then for extra definition, I'm going to take a little tiny liner brush from Morphe, like I'm talking teeny tiny, and mix it with Ritual and Aura or Soothe, and just gently go over the cut crease that you created, like super soft. I'm back, fallout free. So I'm gonna take my Kajal Blur Drop Primer, and this is just going to help even out my skin texture and allow my foundation to go on a lot more smoothly and evenly. So I'm just going to rub it in. Ha ha ha. And then I already have this foundation in a full-size bottle, but it's my summer shade, and I recently got this little mini guy in my Ipsy bag, and it's a way lighter shade, so I'm hoping it matches me right now. It's the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. It's like the cute little tiny sample size. and it's in the shade LG6. I haven't tried it yet. It still has like the little peely thing on it. Well, I've tried it, I just haven't tried this shade yet. So I'm hoping that it matches me without being too yellow, and you just need like a teeny tiny bit. Because this foundation, wait, this actually looks like a pretty good color for my skin tone. And then I'm just gonna go in with a beauty blender. Like, holy crap, I did not even have that much on my skin. And it's covering up. I mean, you guys could tell I had a little acne. Wow. I love this foundation. And what's cool about it is if you unscrew the bottle, like the actual full-size bottle, if you unscrew it, it's a concealer wand. So it's bomb. Make sure you get your ears and your neck because, girl, we've all seen photos of us in middle school with the freaking orange line. I'm gonna take a tiny bit more just for like my forehead. Okay, and we're done. This concludes my makeup tutorial. I hope you guys like it. No, I'm just kidding. So we're just gonna continue to push it in. And I definitely like doing it with the Beauty Blender with this foundation just because it pushes it into your skin and doesn't make it look like it's the super full coverage foundation that it is. It creates a nice thin layer, but giving you that crazy coverage. So now we're gonna take our Tarte Shape Tape. This is a tried and true. It's like a cult classic. Like, I feel like everybody has tried it at this point. Super long wearing, super full coverage. I don't do too much. I just kind of like tap it like that. And we're just gonna start kind of brightening up our under eye and concealing that sleep deprivation that we've been having because we're too obsessed with TikTok. So as you can see, it just kind of helps like elevate and lift and brighten and just brings some general attention to the center of your face. So that's why I always like doing a concealer that's a few shades lighter than my skin tone, just for that main effect of it looking more awake. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. So now we're gonna set our under eyes with our tried and true Hello Laura Mercier translucent powder because it's just the freaking best. And what we're gonna do first is take the sponge we used for concealer and blend out any under eye creases because the powder will set them in place and you want it to be perfectly blended out so you don't look like you're you have textures. And then I'm going to take a little bit of powder on my sponge and just push it in. I don't like to bake just because I'm pretty dry, but I like to push it where those creases would happen just to get that like maximum set. Does that even make sense? But take a little bit of powder and place it where your bronzer is going to be because that way when you're doing your bronzer and you're blending, it's not going to take your foundation off. That's about the most setting that I will do. Oh, and the top of my nose because I do contour that. But that's about it. Now we're ready to put on some bronzer and bring some life back to these cheeks. I'm going to take my MAC Studio Fix Give Me Sun. Is that what it is? Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Give Me Sun. It's a little orange. I usually use this when I have more of a tan going on, so we'll see how well it turns out. I'm just going to kind of dip into this, baby. Ooh, it's a little... And we'll just kind of tap it on first to get that initial color base down, and then we'll go in with it. That doesn't look like too bad. I feel like if I overdo it though, it's gonna be like Cheeto dust. I like can't see that. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see it on the camera. Why can't I like see it? And I'm gonna take it on the temples. I'm just gonna place it there first and then blend it. So I think I'm gonna call it good like right there. I don't want it to be too crazy just because if you keep going it will turn you orange. It can be a little crazy. So I'm gonna take my Morphe blush trio. I think this is the coral one, and I mix Boss and Unapologetic to get a nice just neutral shade, and I just gently tap it until I get the color that I'm looking for. I am going to take my Hoola bronzer to contour my nose. I feel like the MAC Give Me Sun will kind of make my nose a little too orange, so I want a nice kind of cool tone bronzer. So I'm just going to tap it in on a Morphe Y16 brush and just gently go down in a straight line. And I'm talking like barely touching your nose. I'm doing the tip of it kind of up like that. And I always like to connect the inner corner like this so it looks more cohesive. So now that we got that down, you can even do a little crossy cross right there. I always go over my nose contour with the same beauty blender I use for my foundation and my concealer just to kind of blend that in and make it a little bit more muted. Now we're going to set our face with our Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. So we're just going to put this all over. You guys, it's supposed to be 70 degrees today. That's crazy, and it's like March. It's March 5th. March. It's March. Usually in Idaho in March, I remember sometimes a few years ago it'd be like snowing still. So it's crazy that it's almost gonna, like it's gonna be 70 degrees today. Okay, so now we're gonna do highlight in honor of the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero palette coming back today. I have to show you guys how amazing this palette is. I bought this when it came out a few years ago and I've been obsessed. I've hit pan in almost every single shade. They look like it's nothing like the other Anastasia kits. I feel like those ones are a little bit more glittery. This one is like the most gorgeous, like glimmery, wet. Like I can't even describe it, so I'm gonna show you. And I can wear all the colors, which is amazing. They look great on deeper skin tones, my complexion, but just know that if you're like fair like me or even more fair, you can wear every single shade and you can mix them. They don't show up pink, they don't show up purple. It's weird, but it's like amazing. So I'm gonna go in with Forever Young and Kitty Cat, which is the pink and purple kind of shades, just a little bit, cause watch. I do wish that this had a mirror. That's my only gripe about it. And then you're just gonna go in on your cheekbones. And it just gives you the most gorgeous, like luminous, like, I mean, come on. I love this. I was so sad when they took it away. I just love how you can layer it. And again, just the finish of it is phenomenal, so. Go up the center of my nose, and then I am going to take Forever Lit. This is the best brow bone and inner corner highlight of your life. Just watch. Just like boop, boop, boop. 3 taps. Tap off the excess and... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I know you guys can see that. I have powder all over my shirt. Why didn't you guys tell me? Okay, so I'm gonna mix Forever Young and Forever Lit for my brow bone highlight just because I don't want it to be that intense. I am hoping that this is becoming a permanent thing because, I mean, look at how gorgeous this highlight is. Like I can't imagine they would take it away. Like that would just be so sad. We're gonna finish off our under eyes, so we're taking our M506 brush and we're going to take Ritual and Selfie, the matte shades, and mix them. And I love a dark, smoky under eye. You guys, if you're not used to having things under your eye, just do a light amount, or you don't have to do any at all. But this is just what I like to do. And I just make a ridiculous face first and just freaking go to town down here and get a nice smoky, add a little bit more of that burnt orangey caramely soothe shade and just kind of blend it out a little bit more. Like, I don't think you guys understand how much I love a lower lash line. Good one. Then we're gonna take our Morphe 443 brush and just the one that we used for our first ever shade color, and I'm just gonna kind of bring it on up here. get that winged out shape that we're looking for, and just to make it a little bit more cohesive with our lower lash line. And then I'm going to take my ColourPop, I'm pretty sure this is Cantaloupe. Oh, Honeydew. Cantaloupe. My Honeydew Cream Gel Eyeliner. It's just a nude shade. This helps brighten up your under eye and makes it pop. Okay, so now the cool part is we're going to take our ColourPop, the Grande liner, the brown one, and I'm actually going to go into my inner corner and point them. I hope this turns out. Like that. And then when we put our lashes on, it's gonna be like, because we got flare lashes, girl. Just remember, concealer can fix everything and be your life-saving freaking grace. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and hold our breath for 5 more minutes and do the other side. One, two, three, like a bird I sing. So now I'm going to take the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. Super, super black and good, and it just defines your lashes like magic. Okay, and then while we wait for our mascara to dry down, let's go ahead and do our lips. I always like to line mine first, so I'm going to use my Busted NYX Natural Lip Liner. It has been through a lot, okay, and we're still here. So I always start with my Cupid's bow, and I'm going to overline my lips just a little bit. And then I always overline the top, but when you're going down the sides, follow your natural lip line. So you don't like widen your mouth, you're just kind of making them like fuller and taller. So I just go over the shape of my Cupid's bow. And then overline the bottom part of your lip right here. And follow your natural lip line. I love these NYX lip liners because they're super creamy and they're like $4. MAC who? So now that we have our lips lined, I'm going to go in with my Molly Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Athena. It's like this really pretty, gorgeous, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like mauvey but pinky but brown, so it's like, I don't know. It's really good, and unfortunately I broke the bullet already, so it's got to stay like this, and I'm going to struggle to put it on, so enjoy watching me struggle. So now to make these lips look freaking plump and irresistible, we're going to go ahead and put a gloss on them, and none other than The Gloss by Jeffree Star, and I'm pretty sure this is Legends Only. Yeah, so in the shade Legends Only. And I'm going to just kind of try to keep this in the middle. No, let's be real, I'm going to put it all over my lips. So I'm just going to go in. They smell so good. And now for lashes, we are going to be doing Lily lashes. These are the Miami Flares. The Miamis are very pretty, but I do like that these ones flare out just to give your eyes a little bit extra oomph. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. So we're gonna do it to the other side. I've already got my lash kind of measured out and lined up to my eye shape, and I always like to just kind of pinch the lash line in one hand like this. I feel like this just kind of like makes the band a little bit more springy and curved, so it's easier to pop on your lid. And I'm just going to be taking some lash glue and applying a very thin layer on both the, well, not both, but the lash line. And now we'll sit here for a minute or so waiting for the glue to be almost completely dry, so that way when you just set it on your eye, it stays there and it doesn't slide around or anything like that.
One eternity later.
That girl is on and ready to party. Oh, freaking goodness gracious. I love how this look turned out. I love these lashes too, like freaking cool. So yeah, this is what we made up and we're working here. Yeah, I really like it. I love these lashes too. They give you a little move. So that is it for this YouTube video, girl. The Tati Textured Neutrals palette is a go-to, a must-have. If you do not have this, please, please, please add it to your cart. You can make something up like this like I did, or you can make something way more subtle, whatever you really want to do. Super versatile, and it's like the best, okay? I'm just spitting facts, okay? But yeah, so that concludes this video, and please let me know if there's something else that you kind of want to see me do. You can just like let me know in the comments. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and if you would like, I guess you can turn the bell notifications on to let you know whenever I post a video. But thank you so much, and I will see you in my next one.